Hello! In today's video, we'll be covering off how to use Fusion 360. This is my preferred CAD software. The video will be beginner's tutorial. In this video, we'll cover off sketches, revolves, fillets, shells, and extrudes. Alright, let's get started. Here I have an example nose cone just to show you for now, but we are going to build a nose cone quite soon. This is a very simple nose cone that you can make in Fusion 360. You can see the timeline here, which is very important. Now there is an editable and read only. What this does is it saves Fusion 360 space. When it's editable, you can edit it. However, when it's read only, you cannot. You have 10 maximum editable projects. Alrighty, I'm gonna now build a nose cone with you. I'm going to cover off doing sketches, revolves, extrudes, shells, and fillets. You'll see what those are later. Alright, up here we have a functions and utilities bar. Here we'll press create sketch. Now you can see the 3 planes that you can create it on. Make sure that you create it on the side. What we're going to do is we're going to get a 2-point rectangle. This is the size that your nose cone will be. Now remember to half it on the side because it's going to be duplicated the other way. So we're going to change this to 20, which makes it 40 mils in diameter. And we're going to change the height of it to 150. So it'll be a 20 by 150 nose cone arc. Now up here in the create, we press that, and down here we can get a 3-point arc. So we'll press that, and what you first have to do is you select the 2 corner points, and then you can make the circle that you want. Now I'm going to do it where it shows that indicator next to the 20. This means that the very bottom of it is just barely in. I'm going to click now, it's going to do that. Okay, now I'm going to get another 2-point rectangle and add it onto the main center, and I'm going to make it about 20 mils, and I'm going to do 17 and 17.6. Alright, that will be our shoulder for the nose cone. The reason why I'm making it 17.6 instead of 18 is because of tolerancing. Now I'd recommend that you do 0.4 millimeters tolerancing. That's just my preference. Alright, up here we're going to press finish sketch. Now you can see that we have a side wall of a nose cone. We're going to press revolve up here. Now over here we've got profile selected, and so we're going to click this side of the rectangle, and we're also going to press this. Now it needs an axis to rotate around, so I'm going to press here at the center. Now the operation is new body. You have things like join, cut, but those are the main ones. But it has to be new body right now. Alright, we've got what looks to be a beautiful nose cone. However, the only problem is that it's not hollow. What we can use for this is we can use the shell tool. But keep in mind there is lots of ways of doing that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to press it on the bottom. Now I'm going to make it 2. This is how thick the walls will be. We can see that inside is now hollow. I'm going to press OK. Alright, what we can do to analyze the half of it is we're going to press section analysis here and inspect. Now, I'm just going to press the cut plane here. We have a pretty good nose cone, however I think some edges could be rounded off. For that, we're going to use the fillet. I'm going to use the fillet here in modify, and I'm going to select a few corners. I'm going to do it there, and also there. Okay, let's try doing it by 0.5. Maybe 1. I'll do it by 1. Now this looks like a very good nose cone. Do keep in mind though that there are other ways of making a nose cone. Now that we've done most of the nose cone, I'm going to now have a quick break and look at a rocket launch.
Sky is clear, range is clear. Going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now we're going to do an extrude, but it isn't a part of the nose cone, but it is very useful to know how to use an extrude. I'm going to create a sketch, except make it flat. I am going to create a center diameter circle just off to the center, and I'm going to make it 40 mils. Go finish sketch. With this, we can press extrude and make it go 150 millimeters tall. Now we can see that this also, if we disable analysis by clicking on the eye icon, we can see that this is a cylinder. This is what extrudes do. Keep in mind that we can also fillet this cylinder. However, if we fillet it too far, it gives us an error. I don't want to fillet it though, so I'm going to press cancel. If we get the shell tool out, if we click on this, you can notice that this doesn't really work. So we've pressed it on the wrong side. I'm going to press shell on the top or bottom side. I'm just going to go to the top. Now you can see that it works the way that I want it, and also it has a floor on the bottom that's exactly 2 millimeters thick. Now let's say that we want to delete one of these. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here to the timeline. Now I'm going to delete this shell by clicking on it and just pressing delete. I'm also going to delete the extrude and the sketch. That's how you delete stuff. Alrighty, that is good. Alright, let's revisit the tolerancing and check if it's good. We can go back into the sketch by double clicking it if it is unselected. Now, we can see that it's 17.6. I find that this is good for my printer, however, you will have to find what's best for yours. Again, we just go out by pressing finish sketch. Now that we've got a good design, I want to save it. What we have to do here is we have to right click on the object, and down here there's a button called Save as Mesh. We'll press that. Now in the format here you can do lots of things, but 3MF is what I like best because it's like an STL, except it saves more space in the computer. Alright, next what we're going to do is we're going to press OK. Here you can name it, which I'm going to name it Nosecone, and then here you can press save. Alright. This looks like a very good nose cone. Now that this is good, we can save it by pressing Control S. We can name it, which I'm going to name it Example Nose Cone. And then you just press save there and it automatically saves. Now, it shows up in the side panel here. Okay. Now we're going to go into the timeline. This little pin here, we can drag it around to see what's happened through the timeline. We can see if we go before the revolve, then nothing shows up. However, if we go after, it shows the nose cone, except it hasn't been filleted, nor has it been shelled. If we go into the shell, then it's been shelled, and if we go through the fillet, then it's been filleted. That's generally how the timeline works. You also have these cool buttons that, like, you can play. Now, we also have this thing up here. If we go into it, we can also change visibilities. So if we go to bodies, then we can show or hide the nose cone. This is especially useful when you have multiple components together. To summarize, we have covered off sketches, extrudes, revolves, shells, and fillets. However, in the next tutorial, which will be advanced, we'll show you complicated things like threads and also lofts. I hope you learnt a few new tips for Fusion 360. Have a great day and see you in the next video.